Today, I want to do something very special with us. We have been doing a lot of working in the craving space of late. We've done some masterclasses, we've done some mini workshops and stuff, but today I want to do it with you. So I have found in the cupboard here at home some chocolate. All right, so what we're going to do is, whether it's chocolate, whether it's alcohol, whether it's lollies, whether it's chips or crisps, I want you to go and get it. So go and get it from wherever it is for you. And I want you to go and find it. Do not open it. So if you don't have any handy and you've got to pause the video, that's fine. But I'm going to walk you through really simple kind of groupish work about how to get yourself off cravings for whatever it is your thing. I said, this is some dark chocolate. Okay, I can smell it. I'm not a fan of chocolate, but I know this is going to work for you because I've done it with stuff that I love. And I'm just going to walk you through the steps that you need to do. So first things first, you're going to, right, I'm just going to make sure, beautiful, just making sure that it's properly onto Facebook, making sure I can see all the comments. Beautiful, so it's all there and it's all running fine. So here's your thing. I want you to have your thing unopened, cannot wrap it, cannot pull it apart, cannot do anything with it unopened. And I want you to smell it, I want you to feel it, I want you to write down your intensity. So put it on whatever paper you've got handy and write down in intensity. How badly, desperately, keenly do you want this thing right now? All right, so we're going to write that. Now we're just going to do some really simple tapping and we're going to start to bring out the intensity in there. Without you here on a call with me, it's challenging to kind of check in where you're up to and what's going on, what's spiking and what's going down. So I'm just going to sort of walk you through the process of what we would do. And if you want to come to one of our masterclasses, keep an eye out for that. Join the group. We post in the group of where we are going to go live or where we're going to go into a masterclass, and you can come along to them. So intensity of, what's your intensity for that thing? And I want you to write it down, and we're going to do some quick tapping. Even though I really, really, really want this thing, deeply and completely accept myself. I should add here, if you're new to tapping, when I go silent, just repeat what I've just said. That's all you need to do. Just repeat what I've said. Even though I really, really want to have this thing, and my cravings add up, whatever your number was, whatever your intensity is, deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I really, really, really want my thing, deeply and completely accept myself. Now, again, I want you to look at it, see it, look at it. Don't open it, just look at it, see it. My cravings for, and say whatever it is, my cravings for chocolate. Oh, how I want my chocolate. I really, really, really want this chocolate. Really want this chocolate. I really want to eat it. I really want to have it now. I want you to look at it. Have it somewhere where you can look at it. Mine sits on my keyboard when I do this work, so look at it. I really, really, really want to have that. I really, really, really want to have that. Oh, this craving. I could just devour it all. I could eat every bit of it without even thinking. I so want that chocolate, or chips or lollies, whatever it is for you. I so want that soft drink or whatever it is for you. What is the thing you're craving? I so, so, so want it. I'm going to stop doing under the arm. It's really awkward on the video. Feel into it now. I want you to pick it up. I want you to smell it again. I want you to tell yourself, write it down. How intense do you want that now? And again, you're going to write it on a bit of paper and you're going to notice what happens in your body, right? This thing that I want, this thing that I crave, can't seem to stop eating it, can't seem to stop wanting it. This thing that I crave, this thing that I crave, this thing that I crave. You can add in the words or whatever it is, this chocolate or these crisps or these lollies or whatever your thing is, this craving that I have. I eat stuff I don't even want because I have this craving, because I have this craving, because I have this craving, because I have this craving. All these cravings, all about this. Right, so I want you to smell it again. All right, look at it. Now, what I want you to do is ask yourself, when did your love affair with this start? When did you really start to get connected to it? When was it that this became your go-to thing? Because whatever our go-to thing is, to start with, it solved a problem. Now, when people think about that, they go, no, I don't know. So think about, I had a client I worked with who loved Dream chocolate. That was the brand of chocolate she loved, and she could devour every bit of it. What we connected back to when I worked with her individually was when she had gone through a particular trauma, she'd had a particularly bad breakup with a partner at the time. Her friend came round to reconcile with her and to console her and brought bars of Dream chocolate. There the connection was made. The Dream chocolate and the love and support of a friend became intertwined. When was yours? When did your love affair start? When was it that this thing that you love now became the thing that you have to have when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're upset about things? When did that happen? Go back to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do tapping on that event and that thing that happened. I said hers was the friend when she'd gone through a trauma. I had another man I worked with, and he was alcohol. And what he did was, that was his reward to himself at the end of his day. He had a little bit of alcohol. So he would have whatever was, I think it was brandy that he had from memory, so he would have his brandy. And that was his thing. I worked with another client, and she had a crisps craving. So she just absolutely loved crisps. And when we look back at hers and what the connection was for hers was rebellion. She grew up with a mum who was so controlling and restrictive as to what she could and couldn't eat. Now as an adult, and she had a whole bunch of kids, now as an adult, if she opened that bag of crisps, she didn't want to share. So she ate the whole lot fast because she didn't want to share, because that rebellion in her was, you can't tell me what to do. I can eat whatever I want. So for you, I want you to have a bit of a think about that. When did it start for you? And we're going to continue to do some tapping. So we're just going to say it as that event that happened. That event that happened. Got any comments? No. Event that happened. That event that happened. That event that happened. And I want you thinking about your event. Think about what happened. That event that happened. Again, that event that happened. That event that happened. It happened. That thing that happened. The connection I made. I connected this with what happened. I connected this, say whatever it is, the chocolate, your crisps, your lollies, whatever it is, your ice cream. I connected it with comfort and support. I connected it with feeling loved. I connected it with someone. And just say what it is. Just say what it is. Say what it is. Now, again, I want you to sniff. My expectation is by this stage you have intensity going down. Well, that's a majority. What happens is people then have, by this stage, their intensity is going down. If that's not you, that means there's a whole bunch of other underlying stuff that's happening for you with whatever your thing is. Now, I do take on personal clients for cravings work. You can get in touch with me, whether you want to direct message me. We'll pop an email address into the chat box after the call. So I do personal work with people to get them over the cravings of whatever it is they've got going on, so that it does release the hold on them. But we're going to continue on with this call. So I'm going to swap the chocolate, because what I want you to do now is, I found one that was open. It's not my dark chocolate. I tend not to have chocolate in the house. So what I want you to do is, I want you to open it up. You can open your packet. No eating. I just want you to smell. I want you to smell what it is that you've got. So whether it's chips or crisps or ice cream or whatever it is, you can open, you can smell it. No tasting it yet, but you can smell it. And I want you to hold it in your hand. I'm going to tap with the other hand while you're looking at it. I want you to engage in the sensations of it. Are your salivary glands getting activated? Have the memories come up? You can smell it, but you cannot eat it just yet. You can't nibble on it just yet. Keep looking at it. Keep it in your hand. Keep looking at it. Keep it in your hand. Keep looking at it and smelling it. Keep it in your hand. Know that you're doing really great. When we're in a group like this, and when it's online and there's no interaction, can be, sometimes it feel a little bit weird and a bit challenging, but just stick with it. Okay. tapping through it. Now, the next thing is, I want you to rate your intensity again. How much do you want it again? Next thing I want you to do, you can nibble it. If it's chips or crisps, you can have a little nibble off the corner of one. Don't eat a whole one, little nibble off the end. If it's lollies, take a little bite. If it's alcohol, take a little sip. Ice cream, take a little bit. Whatever it is, just take a little bit and taste it. And then we're going to do some more tapping. The feelings and the sensations, the taste as it hits my tongue, the emotions it feels, the reward I'm giving myself, the break I'm giving myself. Whatever I'm doing with myself for this, it is bringing me the emotions that I know it will. Have another little nibble. Now it's a nibble off the side, chip, crisp, bit of one. Don't start popping a whole lot in. And I want you to notice how the taste is changing in your mouth. The taste by this stage is usually changing in people's mouth. It doesn't taste the same. This thing that I love, the connections that it makes, how it makes me feel, how it completely makes me feel. This thing that I love, this thing that I love, this thing that I love. Now we're going to take a little break from tapping. I want you to look at your thing, I want you to taste, and I want you to nibble it. And I want you to make note for yourself what level of intensity has gone up or gone down. Doesn't matter which one it's done. I want you to make note of what are the emotions and the feelings that are coming up while you are interacting with it, when you're nibbling it, when you're smelling it. And I want you to make note, has the taste changed in your mouth? By this stage, or pardon me, we do this in Australian Tapping Institute, in our practitioner trainings, both of them. We do this work and we actually do the cravings work, and we actually do take people through getting past them, and it's usually more interactive than just this one thing. And by this stage, we know that the flavors are starting to change. The intensity is starting to go down, and people are starting to go like, what? How did this happen? This is mad. This is weird. But it is, because what we're doing is we're rewiring the impacts or the associations in your brain with this particular food that you love. So I'm going to do a couple of last rounds of tapping on this, because there's another couple of components to doing cravings work, which is I'm not going to do onto this particular on this particular video. We'll do that on another one. But part of what will happen while you're looking at this and tasting and smelling this, and by this stage it's smelling different, what's happening in your brain is there comes up this little panic that goes, oh, she's not going to take it away from me, is she? Oh, I'm not going to have to throw it in the bin, am I? Oh, this is going to be wasteful. So there's this whole different dialogue that comes up with cravings as to why you can't just go and devour and demolish this. So I want you to do one last round, and we're going to taste it, feel it, little nibble on it, notice how it's changing. And we're just going to tap through these cravings of this. I can disassociate from them. I can see how it's different. I can see where it came from. I can see that I don't want this. I can see it doesn't have control. I can see that it doesn't own me. I can see that it doesn't drive me. I can see all of these things, because now I'm starting to clear it. It's starting to change. The intensity is going down. Doesn't feel anywhere near as intense as it once did. So big breath. If you're watching the replay of this, I would love, love, love for you to put a comment underneath the replay and let me know how you went on. If you want to do a craving session directly with me, get in touch. We'll put the email address underneath the link. You can direct message me through onto the page as well. You can come through and you can ask me, because yes, I do clients work, and we do cravings. And cravings, depending on what it is maybe one, maybe two sessions, depending on what else you've got underlying the cravings and how much work you want to do on them. But actually getting you off eating things and shopping addictions. I mean, we use cravings for all sorts of things, whether it's you crave porn, or you crave social media. You can't get off your social media accounts. You do that, and procrastination, whether it's direct food, direct alcohol, smoking, anything that we use as a distraction, we can do cravings work to get beyond that. So I just want to say thank you for having me. If you want other topics you want me to do tapping sessions on with you, please pop them into the comments. I will be more than happy to do whatever tapping rounds that you need, whatever tapping rounds that you want, so we can just heal the world, or feel a little bit calmer, or feel a lot more fun and enjoyable, and just have a far, far, far greater day. So I'm going to say cheerio. See you next time.